Rescue's Crypto Cave here, my little table of goodies. There are the 8 CMP 100-210s, and the server cases that I purchased are in here. There's some extra random parts, some Ethernet cables, the boxes to the Epic motherboards, the brains control boards, all that stuff. So, but let's get this box opened up and let's see what we got and what we're going to use for some cases. Here are the cases. I got 2 of them. I have one that's set up, and then the other is going to be mainly used probably for a spare. But let's get the covers off. See what's inside. As you see, they're all Optimizer cases. Similar if you saw Ovalbore Tech's video from a few months ago. He had a few of these cases as well. And that's what these are. Looks like they're just version 1 Optimizers. So this is what I'm going to be using, slapping these cards in here, and we get these puppies up and hashing. And a backwards miner was kind enough. He already flashed MMPOS on the M2 drive for me already, so should be ready to get up and running. Alrighty, we got all the blue plastic coating stuff taken off. Well, most of it. I mean, there's a little speck there, but counted up all the PCI cables. And there is 9 here, another 3 here for 12, and 2 down here that aren't used, so that makes 14. Then it looks at the cards, it's got the 1 to 2 splitter, so I'm not sure if I could run that off of there or not. But the other thing is, the fans are on the inside of the case here. If you put the card here, and take that adapter off, that splitter, put the cards in, that's not going to work. So we're going to have to take the fans out and put them on the outside and do it that way. So I'm going to get working on that, and then we're back. Here we are. All the cards are installed. Have 1 extra strand of cable left. That was it, because they each have these splitter things, and I did confirm with backwards miner these splitters do need to be used, so if you do have these cards you have to use them, just because the way the power supply to the cards is designed. Everything's all in, screwed down tight, and he did tell me to go check all the screws and stuff around the case, which majority of them were loose, at least a quarter to a half a turn, so I did do that. We are just about ready for launch, so I'm going to go take care of something quick here and then take her out to the shed and get her fired up. Alrighty, the rig is in the shed, ready to power on for the first time. I have the blue cable on it. It's actually hooked up to the red breaker over there, just because I didn't have the red cables in our house. I didn't really feel like running the background, so for the time being this will work. Don't have the lid screwed on yet, just because I want to make sure everything's up and running good. So I will do that once I get everything up and running right. But I did have to, like I said, I had to move the fans on the outside. So here we go. I'm gonna flip the power on. Looks like we got some action. Fans are running. Hard drive light is blinking. Just gonna give her a few minutes to see if she shows up in MMPOS. Looks like my 3070X rig is down. As far as temps in the shed, we're looking at 82 degrees, looking good. It is 72 outside, so it's a nice cool day in May. Yeah, continue to do just pollen all over these guys. Give another refresh. So we'll give it a few minutes, and then I'll be right back once she shows up. Alrighty, we are back in. It shows in MMPOS. And here are the cards. Looks like they have the V100 BIOS on it. Just like I think it was Zapirate made a comment on one of my other videos. So now I need to go through and set up some overclocks and good stuff. So, and set up a minor profile to get this thing up and hashing away. So let me get working on that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are up and hashing away. So far so good. It's only been on for a short period of time, but looks like we are getting 206, 205, 204, 204, 204, 206 kilohash on Xelis. Temps right now are in the 40s to 50s, which is good. Watts looking like they're at 109, 117, 117, 107, 115 to 120, in that ballpark. So we got that up and running right now. And then I will pull up, I pulled up Putty, and I did log into the Putty. This is showing hash rate around 210, 212. And temps in the 40s and 50s, so that's still good. Got one around 65. The temps are starting to climb a little bit, but so far so good. So I'm just going to monitor this, and was speaking to somebody as far as what we can do as far as for airflow. You can even see through there the gaps between the cards. You can put foam board in there, and then that will direct more of the air through the cards themselves. So I probably will do that no matter what, just because today is not that hot of a day out. And next week or two is going to be actually good temperatures, so I probably shouldn't have any heat issues at all. But so far so good, up and running. Going to edit this in quick. Here we are on my MMPOS. We are got the rig back up and running. I'm going to throw up a screenshot of what I did. Backwards miner recommended maybe try some foam pieces in between the cards to more direct the airflow through the radiators of the cards. So that's what I did, so I'll throw that picture up. And then he was messing around my farm with the overclocks and stuff, just throwing some things around. But it does look like GPU 6 and GPU 4 probably are the top two candidates for a repaste job. Especially number 6 will be the first one. I'm just going to do some research and see if I can figure out how to tell which card's what on the board, so I don't have to go through every single one of them. Because majority of the cards, the temps are pretty good, except for 2 of them are a little on the higher side. That one's creeping up a little bit as well. But the cards can be pushed more. They are down clocked a little bit because they were hashing. When I first put them in, I put Zapirate's overclocks in. I think it was 1305 core, 400 offset, plus 300 memory, I think it was. And they were up around the 208, 210 kilohash. So they were a little bit higher, but then the cards were getting hot. So, and it's only 70-something degrees out. Yeah, I think it's 72. Right now it's only 69 degrees out. Good number. But right now, temps are low. When temps get high, we will have an issue. So I do have to get these repatted and stuff, or at least repasted, probably repatted. But as you can see, these are the 2 culprits that are probably the first candidates. So, but I'm just going to throw this in the video quick. And we'll do an update in a few days, see how things are going, and maybe we'll pull some of these cards out and start taking them apart and start repasting them. Last reading was at just update again, 1706 mega, 1.7 mega hash. Wattage, software wattage is around about 887. That says 959 in there. In honor of Ovalbore, I named it the Clappers. And actually, Ovalbore sticker is going to go right there. So as soon as you're walking that shed, you see the rig. Well, it was kind of his video where I seen the CMP 100 210s. And then Backwards Miner messaged me a while ago about them as well.
and I just never pulled the trigger on it. And of course I waited until the price went up to buy them, but oh well, it is what it is. But each of the cards I got in there, I think I got them for like $261 a piece off eBay. I could find the eBay link and leave it down below if you're interested in them. But they do need to be in a server case because there are no fans on the cards themselves, and you do need high-speed fans. And actually, these fans on this case are not all that loud because they're running at 100% all the time, but they're actually not too bad. So definitely can't complain. We are looking good. Up and hashing. So give it a few days, we'll give her an update and see how they're doing. And then I'm going to mess around with some different overclocks just to see if I can mess around with stuff. But I know the memory, you can't really do much with memory. But as far as core clock and stuff like that, you can kind of mess around with things, raise and lower power usage and things like that. So I'll mess with that a bit. And so for the time being, I'm just going to let this run the way it is for a while. And then come out and I'll screw the lid back on after about an hour or so, just to make sure everything's okay. Now we got one card up in the 70s, so some of the temps are climbing. Actually, two are in the 70s now. So the temps are climbing, so maybe I'll have to get some of that foam board and get stuck in there, and just to get the airflow more directed through the cards. So that will probably definitely help. So, and I'm sure these are used cards, so they could probably use a repad and a repaste, I would think. So we'll see how it goes for now, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, until the next one, we'll catch you later.